So here's one of the auctions that I went to this year so far, May 2nd. There's actually been several, but I wasn't able to go to them because they had like 6 of them within 2 weeks, and there was no way I could come up with that much money. But I went to this one in Gladwin, Swartzentruber Amish. It wasn't a huge auction. We got there about 10:30, quarter to 11, and I think we left about 2, and they were just about done by 2. So they went through it pretty quick. They had 2 auctioneers. Everything was really nice. They had some nice draft cross horses, and they had a couple buggies. Trying to think though. Yeah. The open buggy brought, there was one open buggy with a little trunk on the back. That one brought like around 800. And then there was a hack wagon with side racks that brought, I think, 1,200. Then there was a single top buggy that was a little rough, a little beat up. You could tell it was older, and some of the oilcloth needed replacing in spots, like it had a hole in it on the side, a small hole here and there. I think that one also brought around 600. And then the 2 double buggies, they brought right around 1,900 for one, and I think 21 for the other. I did not see the eveners. Actually, I wanted to get some eveners, but by the time I got there, they had already sold them. It's hard with 2 auctioneers to be in 2 places at once, and I kept missing things. There was a wheelbarrow I was interested in too, and then there was some lanterns I was interested in, and while they were selling the lanterns, they sold the wheelbarrow, so I didn't get that. All the farm machinery was in great condition. You could tell they had really taken care of it. Nothing really special that I had to have. They did have a hay mower I was interested in, but it was a little chilly towards the end, and so I went and sat in the truck, and I didn't see what it sold. I didn't have enough money to buy it anyways. A couple nice power units they had there. They started right up and ran good. The buzz rig was really nice too. I'm sure that brought like around 3,500 or so. I did get trying to see here. Yeah, see right here it said there's a wheelbarrow and then wheelbarrow wheels, and I did not see them anywhere. I looked everywhere and I didn't see no wheelbarrow wheels, so maybe they took them out before the sale or something, or they sold them before I got there. I don't know. I never did find those. The stock tanks went for around $100 a piece. They had a couple small ones that I got for $15 a piece, but the bigger ones, I was interested in those, but I didn't want to pay that much money for them. I'm not sure what the chickens brought either. They also sold simultaneously to something else I was buying. The muzzleloader didn't go real high. I think it brought like $75. And I didn't see what the bows brought, but one of my friends went with me and he told me that he didn't think the bows were that good a shape. The stainless steel kettle, that went for I think one of them went for $1,200, one of them went for $1,000. The kerosene stove, one of them went for $50. The one with the bake oven brought $50, and I'm not sure if there was something wrong with it or not. I was towards the back, and I was walking up as they were selling it, and I just decided not to bid on it because I don't know a whole lot about them, and the drop of a hat, I can look at it and right away and tell if there's something wrong with it or not. But nobody else was bidding on it either, so that made me a little nervous. The second kerosene stove brought, I think it brought almost $1,000. And then the wood cook stove, it was a really nice wood cook stove. That one brought $800. And they had a bunch of lanterns, and when they had a whole box of brand new lanterns. They probably had 15 lanterns in it still in the package. And those went for around $20 to $22 a piece, which isn't that great of a deal. I think they're around $25 new. But I did get a couple of those. And then the used lanterns went for like around $5 a piece, and I got a few of them. But there was a lot of stuff. It was in pretty good shape. I got, there was a couple buggy lanterns I wish I could have got, but they were towards the end of the sale, and I was just ready to go. By 2 o'clock, I had enough. But it was a nice little sale. It was a little chilly, but it wasn't bad. It got up to 50 finally towards the end. And it was sunny. It was a nice day for a sale. Talked to some different friends I knew up there. One of the guys I bought my team from lives up there in that community. I ran into him, talked to him a little bit. But it was a great sale, and I'll show you some footage of what I got. So we're just arriving. This is where the auction is being held. Isn't that a beautiful view? I just love the way this farm sits kind of in the middle of nowhere. Actually, this whole area is very scenic. Just kind of in the middle of nowhere, and a lot of Amish. Well, let's go in, see what we can find. I just made it back from the sale. This is what I got. I got these 2 work collars. I paid $50 a piece for them. They're in pretty good shape. This one came with a nice pad in it. And I needed those really bad. The ones that I had for the horses I'm using right now are just getting really beat up, falling apart. I got this buggy robe to keep you warm in the winter, and I think I paid $40 for that. I got these two I'm going to use them to hold water for the goats so they can drink out of them. I got those for $15 a piece. I got these lanterns. They had a whole bunch of lanterns, all different shapes and sizes, and buggy lanterns. And the brand new ones I end up paying $20 a piece, which isn't really. It might be like $3 or $4 cheaper than they would be if they were new. But these I paid $5. And they're used, but they're in decent shape. But that is what I got. That's what they had that I could afford, that I wanted.